Hi everyone, today I am going to discuss about skeleton system. So, a human body consists of 206 bones. Bone tissues makes up 18% of total human body weight, and the skeletal system support and protect the body while giving it shape and form. Osteology, it is the branch of science that deals with the study of the skeletal system and their structure and functions. Skeletal system mainly composed of bones, cartilages, joints and ligaments. Let's see the functions of the skeletal system. Support. Hard framework that support and anchors the soft organs of the body. So the skeleton serves as a structural framework for the body by supporting soft tissues and giving attachment points for the tendons of most skeletal muscles. Next is the protection. Surrounds organ such as brain and spinal cord. The skeleton protects the most important internal organs from the injury. For example, like cranium. This cranial bone will protect the brain, and vertebra which will protect the spinal cord, and also rib which will protect the lungs and heart. Let's see movement. Movement, it allows for muscle attachment, therefore for the bones are used as a levers. So it will do assistance in movement. Most skeletal muscles attached to the bone, when they contract they pull on bones to produce movement. This function is uh, movement. Let's see the storage. So one more function is storage. Minerals and lipids are stored within the bone material. Bone tissue stores several minerals like calcium and potassium, which contribute to the strength of the bone. So whenever it needed on demand, bone releases minerals into the blood to maintain critical mineral balances like homeostasis and to distribute the minerals to the other parts of the body. Finally, blood cell formation. So the bone marrow is responsible for blood cell production. Bone marrow. So this, within the certain bones, a connective tissue which is called as red bone marrow produces red blood cells, white blood cells and platelets. So this production of cells in the within the red uh, bone marrow, this process is called hemopiosis. Later classes will discuss about hemopiosis. So these are the functions. Let's see the classification of the bones according to their shape and size. Long bones, short bone, flat, irregular, and one more is sesamoid, which here I did not discuss. So let's see what are all the long bones. Long bones, typically longer than wide, have a shaft with heads at both ends, contain mostly compact bone, example femur and humerus. So this you can see, this is the long bone which has greater length than the width, consists of a shaft and a variable number of extremities like end and slightly curved for strength. So for example, this thigh bone which is I said femur, and also humerus which is a forearm bone, and tibia fibula which are the leg bones, and forearm bones also ulna radius, these are all also called as long bones. So femur, humerus, tibia fibula, radius, ulna, humerus, these are all long bones. Let's see what are all the short bones. Short bones, generally it is a cube shape, contain mostly spongy bone, Example is carpals, tarsals, which are wrist bone and ankle bones. Flat bones, thin and flattened, usually curved, thin layers of compact bone around a spongy bone. Example, skull, rib and sternum. So it is generally thin and composed of two nearly parallel plates of compact bone, mostly is a sponge. Let's see irregular bones. Irregular bones are in irregular shape. This is do not fit into the other bone classification categories. For example, vertebrae and hip bones, and also certain facial bones, and this has different like complex shapes and cannot be grouped into any of previous categories. We cannot say short bone, we cannot say long bone. So the bone which is in irregular shape. And one more is a sesamoid bone, which is like a sesame seed bone. For example is patellar bone, knee bone. Patella. Let's see the types of cells. Osteocytes, osteoblasts, osteoclasts. So osteocytes are the mature bone cells. Like it will maintain its daily metabolism such as exchange of nutrients and waste within the blood. Next is the osteoblast, which are the bone forming cells, and you can call it as bone building cells also. They synthesize and secrete collagen fiber and other organic components needed to build the extracellular matrix of the bone tissue. Next is the osteoclasts, which is a bone destroying cells, break down bone matrix for remodeling and release of calcium. So bone remodeling is a process by both osteoblast and osteoclasts. So that is about the types of bone cells. Let's see the divisions of skeletal system. So skeletal system has been divided into two divisions: axial skeletal system and appendicular skeletal system. Axial skeletal system consists of skull, which is in orange color, you can see here, ribs, vertebra. Next, appendicular skeletal system, which is containing upper extremities, lower extremities. So here you can see upper extremities, which are humerus, radius, ulna and pectoral girdle. Pectoral girdle is nothing but scapula and clavicle, and pelvic girdle, which include pelvis, and this is a femur, tibia and fibula, and tarsals, metatarsal phalanges. So these are the appendicular skeletal system. Upper extremities, appendicular system consists upper, pectoral girdle, lower extremities, pelvic girdle. So in later class we will discuss in detail about axial skeletal system and appendicular skeletal system. So this is